Good morning.
Oh, morning, Jack. I thought you were a customer.
Well, I am. Go to work.
All right. What would you like for breakfast this morning, sir? 2 scrambled eggs and some good country sausage?
Good enough, my boy. I already had breakfast over at number 2. How about a cup of coffee?
Coming right up. What brings the city manager in so early?
Oh, I thought I'd drop by to see how you're getting started on the first day of your new job.
Gee, I hope everything goes all right.
Oh, it will. It will. Bill, you've been with the Krystal Company a couple of years, haven't you?
Sure have.
Know the ropes pretty well?
Sure do.
Well, that's what I thought. And that's why I made you shop manager here.
I appreciate that.
Of course, knowing the ropes is just part of the job.
How do you mean?
Some of our operators probably know our way of doing things as well as you do, but they wouldn't make good shop managers.
I suppose you're going to tell me you made me manager because of my handsome face?
No.
Because you love me?
No.
I give up. Why?
Seriously, it's because you're sharp in other ways, besides just knowing how to handle the counter and so on.
That sounds like a compliment. Is it?
It is. Let me tell you something. The next time you go outside, take a look at the Krystal sign. There's a lot behind it that doesn't show. For one thing, there's about 20 years hard work to make the Krystal what it is today. The people who did that work are just like you and I. A good many of them are still working for the Krystal right now. And that's a big compliment to the company.
You bet.
The Krystal has always had a policy of recognizing ability in its folks and promoting them accordingly. The Krystal knows darn well that if it's going to keep on being successful, it has to keep its folks happy. It's just that kind of an organization, right up to the president. Make it your business to be friendly and helpful to the operators. If they come to you with a question about our business, try to help them out. Don't ever give the impression you think you're a big shot. That just isn't the way the Krystal operates. There just aren't any big shots. And here's something else. We are the company. So every time you get a chance, put in a plug for your company. It helps the morale of the operators, and the public respects you for it. From time to time, the company will establish new policies or change old ones. Don't condemn the policy until you've given it a try. Remember, there's a darn good reason behind every rule we operate by. And get all the operators to observe them too. Later on, if you find a better way, give the company a suggestion. The Krystal is always open to new ideas. Here's one of those policies. At the very beginning, the Krystal decided it was going to be a friendly outfit. Make everybody feel welcome.
Good morning, sir. Well, goodbye, Mr. Wilson. I hope you enjoyed your breakfast.
It's a good deal, although it may seem like too much trouble sometimes. And as shop manager, it's part of your job to see that every single customer who comes through that door is greeted before he sits down. Here's a good trick I learned a long time ago. When you come to work, come in the front door first. Then you'll see the counter the same way the customers see it. And you may notice something that you can't see from behind the counter, like that dirty towel over there.
Uh-oh.
Of course, as shop manager, you'll be doing a lot of the things you've always done. The main change will be your responsibility. Now, instead of just being responsible for yourself, you're pretty much responsible for what everybody does. That means you've got to take your job seriously, by golly, and correct mistakes as they happen. Don't ignore trouble and hope it'll go away. It won't. But if you get off to the right start, after a while there won't be half as many mistakes to iron out. For instance, the company knows that wherever the customers are getting the best service, you'll find the best shop manager. Why? Mostly because those managers feel personally responsible for the whole shop operation and keep the folks on the ball. Do some of the dirty work yourself. Don't shove all the unpleasant jobs off on your operators and live in an ivory tower. It's just as much your job as it ever was to do whatever needs doing at the moment, like washing dishes, working the carry-out station, or any of the cleanup work. Start those jobs, and if you see an operator not especially busy, turn it over to her. Then you find something else that needs doing. This is another way to get the cooperation of the people who work with you. And and get others to do the stockroom work, so you can stay out in front and keep an eye on the counter. During the rush hours, stay in and fight.
Jack, you said something about making the day go faster a minute ago.
Yeah.
Here's a little idea that I've used as an operator. Sometimes when things get to dragging, I've found out that if I put on a little extra speed, the others start doing the same thing. And before long, everybody feels better.
Sure, that's right. I think the most important thing you can be is enthusiastic. Work with a snap behind the counters.
That's good stuff, Jack. I hope I can remember all of it.
Most of it's just plain common sense. Come to think of it, there's one word that describes the whole works. It sounds pretty stuffy, but I think it's right.
What's that?
I was thinking of leadership.
Yeah.
The Krystal shops are sort of like a baseball team, or any other bunch of people who are trained to work together. A crew, maybe. A crew has a captain. That's you. Get yourself in the mood of a crew captain. You set the pace for everything that happens in the shop. You've got to be positive and definite in making decisions. You've got to be willing to do anything, anytime. And you've got to be that way day in and day out. Don't ever get bored with the job of keeping the operators on the ball.
What if I make a mistake? Suppose I really foul something up.
Oh, you'll make mistakes. That's natural. When you do, act like you want your operators to act when they goof. Admit it. Say you were wrong and don't make excuses. The operators will respect you for it. Nobody likes a person who's always right, or thinks he is. Remember, anybody worth keeping is worth correcting. So when you have to correct an operator, treat her the same way you'd like to be treated if someone has to correct you. You're the one who can do the most good. You can see what the customers want, and you've got enough authority to make sure they get what they want, at any rate from your operators. Have a short meeting once in a while with the operators to straighten out general problems. Remember, you're always being watched by your customers and by your operators. And whatever you do is going to affect the way all of the others feel about the work.
Looks like I really got a lot of selling to do.
That's right. You sell yourself to the operators and the food to the customers. One thing you don't have to worry about, though.
What's that?
98% of the people who come in here have already made their minds up to buy something. It's up to you to help them decide how much. And the more the merrier.